Hey guys, it's Krystal, and today we're gonna take a look at the new iPhone 12 Pro versus the 11 Pro. And if you're watching on a phone like this, you're probably thinking of upgrading right now. So today, let's find out which phone is right for you, but first, let's unbox that 12 Pro. Okay, it is time to unbox the iPhone 12 Pro. For those of you new here, hey guys, it's Krystal. Earlier today, I unboxed the iPhone 12, and if you want to check that out, I'll link that down below. But it is time to get to the Pro phone. And as you can see here, I have two boxes, last year's iPhone 11 Pro and the 12 Pro, just to see the difference in those box sizes. We'll also go over what's new here, see if it's worth the upgrade, but let's check it out. Wow. Once again, I am just in love with these smaller boxes. It really is like complete, just half the size of last year's box if you put it side by side. Everything is smaller. And as you can see from the outside, I have the Pacific Blue iPhone 12 Pro. This is a brand new color, never seen before. Let's check it out. Oh damn. Wow. We got that white flap again. Yeah. You know, I'll be honest, when I first saw that they were getting rid of green and going to blue, didn't know if I was a big fan of that, but seeing it in person, this is nice. It's not a blue that's loud, it's subtle, and honestly, I just think it looks gorgeous. We again have that iPhone 5 squared off design on here, just like we saw on the 12, but the difference here is that the back is not glossy. It has this soft, lovely finish, and the sides are stainless steel, and I got to say, it looks so good, my friends. It really, really does. I love the non-glossy back on here. It definitely feels premium. Now, aside from the finish and the stainless steel sides, you do get an extra camera on the Pro, that telephoto lens, and also the LiDAR scanner. But beyond that, you're not missing much else with the 12. The good news is they both have OLED displays, they both have the same internals, but I'll definitely be going more in depth with both of these, so make sure you're subscribed for that. From there, let's see what else is in the box. Spoiler alert, is not much. Got USB-C to Lightning cable, the paperwork, SIM card ejector tool, Apple sticker, all the little paperwork pamphlet in there, and that's it. And just to compare what we got in last year's box, I still got my plastic here. The phone, of course. Oh wait, let's see those colors right now. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, wow. I'm in love with the blue. Here's a closer look at that rounded design compared to this year's squared off design. You of course have that 5G antenna now. And it's also worth noting, even though they're pretty much the same size, you do get a larger display now, 6.1 inches on the 12 Pro versus 5.8 on the 11 Pro. For contrast though, let's see what we got in last year's box. So we have our USB-C brick, which obviously is not included in this year's box, but you can pick it up for 10 bucks cheaper now, and it's also 20 watts versus 18 watts in last year's. And we also have our ear pods, which I sadly never opened these, and the USB-C to Lightning cable. Let's pause for a sec because I want to give a shout out to i-Blason for sponsoring this video. They have a brand shiny new collection of iPhone cases for the entire iPhone 12 lineup, and it is called the Cosmo Collection. These new Cosmo cases are super cute and trendy. They have a nice blend of metallic elements with gemstone characteristics. These two here are my favorite, the Cosmo Snap cases. This one is in marble, and this one is the blue one. I have them on the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, and it really comes in handy with bigger phones, making it easier to hold. That attached ring can also double as a phone stand. They also have the Cosmo wallet in the collection, which will hold 2 cards at once, and the Cosmo Classic, which has a built-in screen protector and up to 10 feet of drop protection. This new Cosmo collection goes beyond the iPhone 12 lineup. You can get it to match any of your other devices, tablets, watches, AirPods, and more. So if you guys want to check it out, make sure you check out that link down below or type in iPhone 12 case by i-Blason on Amazon. Now, as a fun little bonus, i-Blason is also hosting an iPhone 12 Pro Max giveaway right now. So if you guys want to enter, make sure you check out that link down below as well. And use the code LAURA50 for 50 extra entries. You have till November 10th to participate, so good luck to anyone who's joining the giveaway. And thanks again to i-Blason for sponsoring this video. So now let's talk about those reasons why you'd pick up a 12 Pro over an 11 Pro if you are looking to upgrade this year from something like a 6S. Number one, let's talk about the camera, specifically night mode. That's something that was introduced to us last year on the 11 Pro, but this year it's kind of been perfected all around, especially because we get it on all the cameras now versus last year just the telephoto and the wide. This year we get it on the ultra wide, telephoto wide, and the front-facing camera as well. Now, I was a really big fan of all the camera upgrades last year. We got that ultra-wide camera, we got night mode, but those two didn't really work well together. So I'm especially excited to be able to take ultra-wide night mode shots this year. For all my photographer friends out there, the ultra-wide sits at an f2.4 versus f1.6 on the main wide this year. For everybody else, that just means that ultra-wide doesn't let in as much light as the main wide does, so night mode is really gonna help it out here. The other camera the night mode now extends to is that front-facing camera. So for all my selfie takers out there, you're gonna love to be able to take night mode selfies now. Whether you're outside in a lowly lit environment, you're gonna be able to take some pretty decent selfies. Another little bonus with night mode this year is the ability to take night mode time lapses. And I wasn't really expecting that this year, but it's a cool thing to have, especially if you wanna take advantage of time lapse in low light. I personally haven't been able to really test this out, but I've seen some cool examples out there. Now lastly with night mode, and probably my favorite feature that night mode brings us is night mode portraits. Portrait mode was introduced to us way back in 2016 with the iPhone 7 Plus, and I feel like now this is the year that we can actually use portrait mode at night. Thanks to all the light that night mode is bringing into these photos now, it gives it a more dreamy look with these portrait shots. It's also a lot easier to edit. And this is all made possible thanks to the new LiDAR sensor that we get in the 12 Pro this year, which brings me to my next point, number 2 on my list, LiDAR. For those of you who don't know, the LiDAR scanner is a brand new addition to the iPhone this year for both the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, and is used to measure the distance between your phone and the subject, which is going to improve things like AR and overall low light performance. But probably the most useful feature for me is better autofocus in low light for both photos and video. From there, number 3 on my list is the ability to record 4K Dolby Vision video on the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, most of you are probably familiar with Dolby Vision through the TV shows you watch, movies. It's available on Apple TV+, Disney+, Netflix, but now you have the ability to shoot, edit, and watch Dolby Vision content straight from your phone. In the past, capturing and editing HDR content wasn't the easiest. I actually did this in a video last year that I uploaded, and the whole process of that was a complete mess. Had to get a special camera for it, couldn't really view it while editing. Even uploading itself was a pain. But now it's simplified to the point where not only can you view it from your phone, but you can press record, capture it, and edit it all right on your phone. Okay guys, so quick little update while making this video. Today, the whole Dolby Vision HDR editing process on your phone got even easier. So iMovie just released an update where you can edit Dolby Vision HDR straight from your phone. So I have iMovie loaded on here. I have some clips that I shot throughout the week, all Dolby Vision HDR video clips, and brought them in. Let's hit play on here. This is 4K 60. It looks so good. It's crazy that I didn't have to do much, like it's straight on the phone. Brought them in, you can scrub through, you can add some filters on it if you even wanted to. The music's playing underneath. There's no stuttering. You can fully see what those highlights and shadows look like. It looks beautiful. The whole process of doing this on here versus externally does not even compare. Now, there's lots of different kinds of HDR, but Apple chose Dolby Vision for the iPhone 12 lineup, and it's kind of the best. It brings the highest quality, widest amount of colors, and all in all will give you the most true-to-life video that you can possibly get. And similarly to the LiDAR scanner with AR, this is something that's not super useful at the moment, but it will be down the road, making your phone more future-proof. Now, capturing Dolby Vision footage is exclusive to just the iPhone 12 lineup as of now, but if you know somebody with an older iPhone going back to iPhone 8, they can receive the footage, view it, edit it, they just can't capture it. Next up on the list, number 4 is MagSafe. And although it is not a reason alone to upgrade to the 12 Pro or any of the 12s for that matter, it definitely adds to the whole phone experience, and not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. Now, I covered a more in-depth look at MagSafe in my previous video, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll link that down below. But to put it simply, MagSafe is bringing us the ability to magnetically and wirelessly charge our phones. And beyond that, Apple introduced some other accessories like MagSafe cases and wallets, but I'm really excited to see what this brings in the accessory world in the future. Now, I'm somebody who used to wirelessly charge a lot until one day my charger just stopped working. And it wasn't just some random charger, but I can assure you that's probably not gonna happen with MagSafe charger, and in just my week of using, it's been a lot more reliable. Charging is twice, if not 3 times as fast, and beyond that, it's also just more secure. I can't even count the amount of times that I'll place my phone down, and if I just miss that spot, it won't actually charge my phone, but with MagSafe charging, it'll click, you'll hear that sound, and you know it's charging. Next up, number 5 on my list has gotta be design. And you guys saw me initially react to the 12 Pro's design versus the 11 Pro in the beginning of this video when I first unboxed it. And 1 week later, I really appreciate the look of this phone. It's also kind of a nostalgic thing because iPhone 4 was my first iPhone, and that same design is kind of in this form factor as well, but with a 2020 look to it. Now, in terms of durability, the 12 Pro is going to hold up better over time because it has that ceramic shield, so is a lot less prone to scratches now. I can't even tell you the amount of scratches that I have on my 11 Pro and Pro Max, and is also more drop and water resistant. Now, just to name some additional unique features that we get to the 12 Pro that we don't see on the 11 Pro, starting with Smart HDR3 versus Smart HDR2, so we get better dynamic range in our photos on the 12 Pro, and AI is also working with that A14 chip to bring you more shadow and highlight detail and just better detail all across the board. Now, in terms of storage size in the base models, you now get 128 gigs versus 64 gigs on the 11 Pro. Now, we also get 5G in the 12 Pro, and you guys know I have a lot of first-hand experience with 5G. I think it's awesome when it's available, but it's definitely not widely available yet, but it's cool to know that when it is, you have it in your phone. Another little but really exciting feature to me is better FaceTime now, 1080p FaceTime. And in this current world, I FaceTime my loved ones a lot. So it's cool to know that when I do, they'll be able to see me a little more crystal clear. Hi, Gabby. So I'm FaceTiming you from the 12 Pro. It's got a better FaceTime. Well, it has better FaceTime quality. It's 1080 versus 720 before. We FaceTime like every single day, so I wonder if you see any difference. Like, do I look any bit clearer?
You do. You really do. Compared to how you usually look.
Okay, so if you're somebody who uses one of these, and I know a lot of people who do, and you're thinking of upgrading to one of these, and you're thinking, well, with the 11 Pro, I'll save a little money, still get a lot of new features, but for all the reasons that I mentioned, you're actually getting a better value with the 12 Pro. The 12 Pro is definitely the phone that's built for the future for things like 5G, Dolby Vision, that LiDAR scanner with the A14. So if you're somebody who holds onto your phone for a while, the 12 Pro is definitely gonna be the phone for you.